Welcome to Leaving Cert Plus lesson 1.6, and in this lesson we're going to learn how to solve fraction equations. I know we might have touched on fractions in lesson 1.2, but that lesson was actually just to add fractions together, not to solve an equation involving a fraction. So this is a little bit different. So we have two main steps. The first step is to get rid of the fractions, which I'm going to show you a really quick step how to do that. And then the second part then is to solve the equation that's left, which is usually a linear equation, just like we did in lesson 1.5. So let's see an example straight away. The first thing we need to do is concentrate on what was known as a common denominator, a number that 6, 4 and 3 all go into evenly. So I'm sure we're thinking 12. So we're going to write up that we're going to multiply both sides by 12. Then how we get rid of the fractions then is we divide the denominator into our common denominator. So 6 goes into 12 and it goes twice, and that multiplies by my top. What's really important here is that the sign in the middle always carries down to the next line. That'll be down here. Then we start again. It's 4 into 12. How many times does that go? It goes 3 times, and that multiplies by x minus 3. The equals carries down, and then it's 3 into 12 goes 4 times, and that multiplies by my 4. Once we are as far as this step, we now have just a linear equation which we learned in the last topic. So this is going to be us just multiplying our brackets and then simplifying. So this is going to leave me with 6x minus 2 minus 3x plus 9 equals 16. We're going to add the like terms together now. So 6 take away 3 is going to be 3x. And then we have minus 2 and 9 is plus 7 equals 16. So take 7 from both sides and we're nearly there. So 3x equals 16 take away 7 is 9. And that leaves with x equals 3 and we are done. I'm going to let you have a go now. So on the next question, I want you to concentrate on that red number, that common denominator, and see if you can have a go. So pause the video and come back to me in a moment. So how did we do? The first thing we should have concentrated on was a number that 7, 3 and 21 all went in evenly to, and I'm sure you picked 21. Once we have that done, then we have to concentrate on dividing 7 into 21 and then multiplying by the top, 3 into 21 and multiplying by the top, and then 21 into 21 and multiplying it by the top. So the first line you should have got was as follows. Once you have that done, you're just solving a linear equation as normal. You would see that 3x and 7x go together and minus 24 minus 21 went together. And you would eventually simplify down to 10x minus 45 equals 5. If you then add 45 to both sides, you'd end up with 10x equals 50 and x is 5. Okay, exam paper question time. This is 2019 question 4 and we're asked to just solve for x. So let's go through the question as per normal. We will first of all pick a number that 5, 2 and 10 goes into evenly, and that is going to be 10. We can go with 20 if you want, there's nothing wrong with it, but I'm going to keep my numbers as small as possible. So 5 into 10, it goes twice, and that multiplies by 3x plus 1. The plus carries down. Then it's 2 into 10, that goes 5 times, that's by x minus 2. And finally 10 into 10 goes once, and that's by 47. So now it's time to multiply the brackets and see if we can solve this linear equation that's left. So we have 6x plus my 2 plus 5x minus my 10 equals 47. Okay, a little bit of simplifying time. I have 6 and 5, they will go together. That will give me 11x. Then we have 2 take away 10 is minus 8 equals our 47. I now want to get rid of that minus 8. So what we do is we add 8 to both sides. And that will leave you with 47 plus my 8 is 55. And then if finally we always divide both sides by what's with the x, I get my answer of x equals 5 and I am done. 10 marks in 2019 for this question. So again, really, really important we know how to get rid of those fractions. So the last question I have then in this lesson is 2020 question 2. And again, we're asked to solve for x. So like it in the last 3 questions, I'm going to pick a common denominator for 2, 3 and 4. So 2, 3 and 4, what do they go into? So 6, no, that's not good. 12, we're going to pick 12. So we're going to multiply both sides by 12. So again, think about what we do. It's denominator into common denominator. 2 into 12 goes 6 times, and that multiplies by my top. The equals carries down, and we're back to the start. 3 into 12 goes 4 times, and that multiplies by 3x minus 14. And finally then, last step, 4 into 12 goes 3 times, and that multiplies by 9x. Okay, now it's time to solve our equation by doing out our linear equation steps. First step is multiply the brackets. So 6 by 9 is 54, minus our 36 equals 12x minus, just again, don't be afraid to use calculators here, that's 56, and then 27x. Now, I'm going to simplify here, so I'm not going to start trying to do things too quickly. Let's simplify. So on the left-hand side, there's nothing really we can do with 54x minus 36, but on the right-hand side, you see there are like terms, 12 and 27. They go together as 39x with my minus 56. Okay, now we want to balance a small bit. So what balancing means is we are going to get rid of things on either side. So I want to get rid of that minus 36 by adding 36 to both sides. And then I'm also going to get rid of plus 39x by taking 39x from both sides. This will leave me with my final line of 54x minus 39x equals 36 minus 56. We are on the left hand side then, we have 15x. On the right hand side, we have minus 20, and then we're going to divide both sides by 15. So you could go with minus 20 over 15 if you want, but if you simplify it on a calculator, we will have minus 4 over 3. Again, folks, that was worth 10 marks that particular year. I hope you've found this lesson useful on how to solve a fraction equation. Just be aware that there's another lesson coming in 1.10, and that's when we have x's on the bottom, which makes things a lot more difficult. Join me again soon on Leaving Cert Plus. Thanks for watching.
If you like this video, you'll love our notes. You can get some for free in the link in the description of this video.